Slavia Prague make just one change from the team which knocked out Udinese last week. Their striker Zelenko is suspended tonight, and he's been replaced by a midfield player, Kuchar. The Czechs are bidding to reach the semi-final of this competition for the second time in the last 4 years. They're in terrific form in their own domestic league, which they top with an unbeaten record. Unlike Leeds, as you've heard, they eliminated quality Italian opposition in the previous round, Udinese, on the away goals rule.
Yes, last week Roma played with 3 at the back, and that's how we anticipate that Slavia Prague will start. Although, as you can see on the caption there, they are playing with a sweeper. I think the only difference from the lineup last week to this week is that Slavia Prague are playing with just one up front. They've decided to play extra players in the middle of the park. I think they're erring on the side of caution. You heard the manager talking just prior to kick-off. He would be quite happy tonight if they go away with a 0-0 draw, and I think that's what they'll be looking for.
Well, European football was meant to be just a bonus for these Leeds United players this season, all part of the learning curve for a young and inexperienced team containing tonight no fewer than 7 players under the age of 25. So who could have imagined that they get this far, becoming in fact the first Leeds team to reach a European quarter-final for 25 years. And in addition, that milestone has been achieved whilst of course breathing down the necks of Manchester United at the top of the Premiership. It's true to say, I think, that whatever happens tonight, and indeed whatever happens between now and the end of the season, this has been a truly remarkable campaign at Ellen Road. Nigel Martin, whose display in the Olympic Stadium against Roma in Rome in the previous round was quite astounding. He's been in wonderful form in Europe this season, as indeed he has in domestic football. In fact, the marvellous goal that Peter Brigri scored against him at Valley Parade on Sunday for Bradford was the only goal he's let in the last 5 games.
Alan, the one thing that was evident last week, just looking at the players as they left the tunnel, exactly the same tonight. They're also relaxed. I think when you're as young as these Leeds players, you don't get very nervous before the game. They're fearless, some of these players, and I think it shows on their faces. It certainly shows in their performances.
A very big occasion as well for Slavia Prague. The return leg in Prague a week tonight will be their 50th tie in European competition, but strangely they've never before met an English club, and with their respect and indeed admiration for English football, their young players have been really looking forward to this night. And they have a young team as well, rather like Leeds United, although most of them are internationals for the Czech Republic at either senior or under-21 level. They do not have, unlike Leeds, any foreign imports. Indeed, most of the top players from their country this season are playing their club football in the other European nations. Wonderful atmosphere, another crowd of 39,000. Leeds United have been very sensible in reducing the prices for their European matches this season, and it has worked brilliantly. A lot of youngsters who might not otherwise be able to afford to come along and watch Leeds United, and they add their own special touch of enthusiasm to the night. Slavia Prague in the quarter-finals for the second time in 4 years. They reached the semi-finals of the UEFA Cup in season 95-96, losing to the French club Bordeaux. Harry Kewell suspended for the match against Bradford, only the second game he's missed in the last 98 for Leeds, and would you believe they were both against Bradford. He of course got that marvellous winning goal against Roma here last week, and it now has 12 goals this season, 3 of them in this competition. Lee Bowyer is actually Leeds' top scorer in the UEFA Cup with 4 goals in a total home and away, domestically and in Europe this season, of 10. He incidentally is on 2 cautions, so too is Michael Bridges. So if either of them are shown a yellow card tonight by the German referee, they would be forced to miss the return leg in Prague. The man in charge, Markus Merk, who was the referee for the England-Argentina friendly at Wembley recently, and is also Germany's representative on the officials list for the Euro 2000 finals.
What surprises me, Alan, is that there's been very little time in terms of preparation from the last game here against Roma last Thursday to today. You know, when you consider that I think there was a gap of some 3 months prior to the Roma game, when it certainly gave David O'Leary to plan as he would have wanted, but certainly for this week I would have thought they've done very little planning at all for this game.
And certainly David O'Leary was not able to see at first hand Slavia Prague in action. He's had to rely on a videotape, which has also been shown to the Leeds players in their hasty preparations for this tie. And they don't get any rest either with the return leg next week, and then the first leg of the semi-final, if they get there, the following week. Slavia Prague have knocked out Vojvodina, the Swiss club Grasshopper, the Romanian Steaua Bucharest, and Udinese from Italy on away goals to get to this stage. They're all in red. They play a 3-5-2 system normally, but with Zelenka, one of their main strikers, out suspended tonight, they've had to modify that. And the man who just failed to get a touch there, Ulik, one of the many Czech Republic internationals in their lineup, is playing just off their only recognised striker and leading scorer, Thomas Došek. The sweeper, Rada, very experienced player with over 30 caps for his country, just allowing that one through to give a first touch to goalkeeper Radek Černý, yet another Czech Republic international. Petruš, Alfie Haaland misplaced the header. Radaby cleaning up, and Kelly getting it forward to Bridges, who was hauled over. Leeds take the free kick early, and the referee has brought them back. Leeds' first European quarter-final since the days of the European Champions Cup final side back in 1975. Liboya giving an early touch as well to Nigel Martin, now the only man in the absence of Woodgate, who's played all 42 games for Leeds this season.
Just looking at the way the three have set out at the back for Slavia Prague, and it does look as if the 2 outside ones, you see the sweeper there in possession, 19, that's Rada. He's going to play in between Vocek and Kohler. It does appear as if the 2 outside ones are going to go man-to-man on Bridges and Harry Kewell.
Pretty much as they played against Udinese, but Kewell has got in here, marvellous chance! What a missed opportunity for Leeds United. Harry Kewell, of all people, hasn't gone yet, but the danger has elapsed now. Well, what a sensational opening that could have been inside the first 2 minutes.
Well, Harry Kewell's shaking his head because this was a fantastic opportunity. I think possibly he gets too much time here. He looks up, he's not quite sure what he's going to do with it. Keeper comes out 6 yards, narrows the angle, but really Harry Kewell should have slotted that.
Well, it's one of the ironies of football, isn't it, that the goal he did score here 7 days ago against Roma from a much more difficult position, and for a striker of his quality, that was a relatively easy chance.
Yes, but the goal against Roma, Alan, was much more instinctive. He got it onto his left foot, hit it early with power. On this occasion, he had too much time to think about it.
Certainly a rocky start at the back for Slavia Prague. We've got a pretty good defensive record, certainly at home. In fact, they have the best goals against column in the Czech Republic League. Only conceded 9 in 20 league matches this season. But under pressure again here, though. And Leeds right out of the tracks here, Trevor.
Well, if Slavia Prague had any doubts about what to expect tonight, it's certainly been confirmed in the opening 3 minutes. Great bit of play by Jason Wilcox, but this is a chance again from Harry Kewell. He's not sure what to do, is he? Does he put it near post? Does he put it in the far post? He actually did nothing. Hit it straight at the keeper. It's a rather easy save for Czerny.
Well, Harry Kewell had a marvellous chance there to keep alive a personal record of great satisfaction to him. His dad is here watching tonight. He's come all the way from Sydney, and every time he's come over to watch his son playing for Leeds, Harry Kewell has scored. Got plenty of time, of course, to maintain that record. But I dare say he might not get a better chance in the game than that one. Here's Lucas Radeby. Kewell got a little nudge which just knocked him off balance. This is Karel Rada. And Libor Köhler. Leeds have it back with Bridges. Not for long, though. Boja dispossesses Horvat. A lucky break there for Slavia. Keeps them in possession with Dostalek. Poor ball. Leeds throw. He's their top scorer in the UEFA Cup this season, Richard Dostalek. 3 goals. And he's played in every tie. In fact, their team has hardly changed throughout the campaign. Ulik. Backer winning it back for Leeds. Kelly having to sprint harder than he imagined to keep it in play. Radeby. Hart looking for the early run from Bridges. Top scorer, of course, Michael Bridges. The 2 goals he scored at the weekend against Bradford made it 17 goals in 37 Leeds appearances. A wonderful record for him. There's Doshek. And Alfie Haaland concedes the throw. Petrush. This is Thomas Doshek. His twin brother, Lucas, plays as the right wing back. They're both Czech Republic under-21 internationals. It's Slavia Prague's 10th season in Europe this. They were in the Champions League just 3 years ago now, and they've qualified for the UEFA 7 times in the last 9 seasons. It's a very consistent record. Boja's made a great run into the middle here, but Czerny smothers the danger.
I think that's going to be a feature of the play tonight. Leeds trying to get the ball as often as they can out to the left-hand side, where Jason Wilcox has given them plenty of width. On the opposite side, Boja trying to play narrow. Just leave it there.
As Doshek gets in behind the Leeds defence. Great tackle by Haaland. If he'd got that wrong, the referee might have been tempted to point to the penalty spot. He got it absolutely right, though.
As I was saying, that Lee Boja likes to play narrow on this right-hand side. And that allows Gary Kelly to push on forward down the right-hand side.
McPhail loses possession. Ulik. Horvat, who's their playmaker in the middle of the field. Doshek just waiting for support to arrive down the right. And now there's a bigger hole left behind, and Harry Kewell has filled it, and he's got Bridges up in support. It was good work, though, by the defender, Vulcek.
Yes, it was good work by Vulcek, but Harry Kewell actually gave him the opportunity to get the tackle in, because his first touch, if it had been better, he could have gone clear for another shot at goal. It was an excellent ball, all of 40-50 yards, which quite alarmingly for the Slavia defence. One ball put 3 of them out of the game.
Certainly agree with you, Trevor. There is a strange atmosphere amongst the spectators anyway tonight. I'm sure it's not affected the players, almost because on paper, arguably, Slavia Prague are the least known of the teams they've faced in the UEFA Cup this season. There's an unrealistic air of expectancy, and also the fact that the match has come up so quickly. They almost haven't had time to build up to it in anticipation, the Leeds fans. Slightly dangerous mood, which, as I say, hopefully will not transmit itself to the team.
You can imagine the supporters thinking, well, Harry Kewell's gone through in the first minute, he's had a good opportunity, we'll get plenty more, no problem. They're all danger signs, but at the moment, I don't think there's too much to concern themselves with, because Leeds have started very well. Just as I say that, Ian Hart plays a crossfield ball out of play. But they've started confidently. They've already asked 1 or 2 questions on the Slavia back three.
František Cipro is the man in charge of Slavia Prague. He's had some complimentary things to say about Leeds, in particular Harry Kewell, who he really fears, but it's his team pressing. Radaby's clearance, not the most convincing kick by Nigel Martin, but he cleared the danger. Horvat getting it back to Ulic. Horvat again. Good tackle from Kelly. Adam Petruš, who captains the Czech under-21 team, leaves it to Horvat, looks for the return ball. Horvat takes over. In the middle of the field, Kuchar. And this is Petruš. Slavia's best little spell of possession. But broken up now by Alfie Haaland. Good challenge from Petruš, but he was very determined there, Haaland. Kewell loses it out. Good ball forward. Wilcox picking out Eric Bakker, who was outstanding here against Roma last week. His best game for Leeds, I think. Started all but one of the last 20 games now, with the worryingly long injury for David Batty, opening up a door of opportunity for him. Bridges. Doshek couldn't get it away, and Bowie is going to make life difficult for the goalkeeper here. In fact, Czerny, who wasn't under any immediate pressure, dropped it. His kick straight onto the head of Lukas Radaby. Now Kelly. One over the top for Bridges to keep chasing. And Vucek's given it to him. Twice now in the opening 12 minutes here at Ellen Road. There have been mistakes defensively by Slavia Prague that could have cost them a goal.
Yes, both opportunities have fallen to the 2 strikers. Kewell on this occasion, Bridges, he anticipates the back pass, gets onto it, but as he tried to execute the volley, just gets a little bit too much on it. But you have to say, Alan, it's another good opportunity.
Doshek, Horvat did well, and Radaby read the danger, as he does so immaculately. Liboya, challenged by sweeper Rada. Leeds back in possession. Hart for them. Wilcox making the break down the left. Jason Wilcox, who had to miss the match in the Olympic Stadium against Roma because of a suspension which had held over from his days at Blackburn.
Alan, during Slavia Prague's European campaign this season, they've been rather inconsistent away from home, and you can see why. In this first 15 minutes here, they've already could have been 2 goals behind, and you look back at the 2 games against Roma, 180 minutes of football, Leeds were never able to fashion chances that they've had tonight.
And maybe another on the way here, as Bowyer's cross was deflected, fortunately for Slavia, to goalkeeper Czerny.
think in the opening few minutes in the Olympic Stadium they had a header, didn't they, from Bakker, which was a good opportunity. But that was about it, really. You couldn't call the goal from Harry Kuehl a chance. But certainly tonight, already the signs are that if Leeds play to their potential, they'll get chances.
Yes, in Slavia's 4 away ties in the competition so far, they've had 2 draws and suffered 2 narrow defeats, each by a single goal, but they have won all 4 of their home matches, scoring 11 goals in the process and conceding just 4. So it's clear to see where their strengths lie. They'll be more than happy to get away with a draw tonight. Subdued atmosphere at Ellen Road at the moment. Nothing like the buzz that there was for Roma last week. Wilcox winning it back, and McPhail helps it on. Ian Hart forward for Kuehl. Rada with a header away, and the goalkeeper has made a rather risky dash from his goal mouth. He got away with it. And that's gone for the goal kick. Well, don't forget, if you would like to watch the other UEFA tie involving an English club taking place tonight, Arsenal against the German side Werder Bremen, that is live on Sky Sports 3. Bridges was offside here, with both our Champions League representatives, Chelsea and Manchester United, having succeeded in the last 48 hours through to the quarter-finals of that competition. It really would be a wonderful boost for English football if Leeds and Arsenal can go through in this one. There's Kuchar meantime for Slavia Prague. Dangerous ball in that, and Radaby had to be alert.
Yeah, Radaby takes up an excellent covering position here. He raised the danger well, gets in there with a diving header, gives away a throw-in, but excellent defensive play by Radaby.
Kuchar in possession again for Slavia. Petrush gets it back from Ulic. Decent cross as well. Doshek's little backheeler didn't pay off. Bojan can take Leeds forward. Wilcox does that. First time ball. Kuehl was clouted from behind then. Slavia Prague also have 2 players like Leeds on a couple of cautions. Defender or wing-back Petrush and the midfield player Horvat. Here's Bojan. Rada with an excellent block. Good header by Haaland. Kola out to Kuchar. He's done well. 2 in the middle for him, but the cross prevented by Wilcox. Now hard. Bridges forward to Kuehl. He's certainly marking very tight at the back. Good challenge that by Vulcek. Kostelek. This is Ulic. good first-time ball. Petrush sneaking around the back there, could have caught Leeds out.
Yes, it would have caught them out if it wasn't for the awareness of Gary Kelly. Once again, he took up an outstanding position. He spotted the danger, just got in front of the attacker. I think it was the wing-back, wasn't it, Alan? Petrush who got forward there. And just watch him, he times his run into the box, but Gary Kelly just gets there in the nick of time.
Goal behind against Udinese in the last round quite early on in Italy, having led 1-0 from the first match in Prague, but their defender Kola pulled one back. Very good header from the corner kick. From there on in, it was almost all Udinese, and they certainly had a little bit of luck, Slavia. Will they again here? Yes, it was straight into the hands of Czerny. The Italians gave their goal a bit of a battering in the last 20 minutes of the second leg, and actually hit the crossbar in stoppage time, and Udinese just needed one goal to go through, but Slavia Prague survived and prospered on the away goals rule. Eric Bakker forward, Kuhl's layoff, and McPhail adjudged to have committed the foul there. A harsh decision that.
Once again, a free kick that you only see in European football. You never see that in Premiership football. Stephen McPhail just got his foot, just raised it slightly, no more than what, 18 inches off the floor. It was enough for the referee to give a free kick against him.
Here's Horvat. Forward by Kola, and the final ball disappointing there for Slavia. Czech wins the header though. Petrush turns it on, and that's a better ball. Ulik, clever. Gets it back from Horvat. Strong challenge from Lukas Radeby that the Czech coach wasn't very happy about. Here's Eric Bakker. They don't have any particular stars, Slavia Prague, but their team is well drilled, strong, all good on technique, organised by the coach, and a difficult team to beat. Bowyer finds Kuhl, just escaped him. Rada's intervention. And a convincing break here. And he's still going, Kuchar. Great effort! Well, that really could have caught Leeds on the hop.
Well, that all started on the edge of Slavia Prague's penalty box, defensive penalty box, when Harry Kuhl lost possession. Kuchar really drives at the heart of the Leeds defence. He goes at Alfie Haaland. You can see from the shot, it wasn't far wide of Nigel Martin's goal. That's a warning to Leeds.
Yes, in European football, it's almost as important to keep a clean sheet in the home leg as it is to actually win it. David O'Leary, well versed in the particular art of European football from his own days as a player, of course, both with Arsenal and with the Republic of Ireland. Most of his Leeds players out there, they're newcomers to this game this season. Again, the challenge by McPhail wasn't to the referee's liking. Leeds have lost only one of their last 9 European ties. That was against Spartak Moscow in Moscow. They've won 6. And this season they've beaten Partizan Belgrade, the 2 Moscow clubs, Lokomotiv and Spartak. And then, of course, spectacularly and most impressively, Roma in the previous round. Kuhl. Hart. Clever little ball, but just got his foot there, the defender, to stop McPhail receiving it. It is a corner, though.
That's where Leeds appear to be having most of their success in this early period. Allen done that left-hand side. Wilcox has done some good things on this occasion. It's McPhail who was making a forward run.
Corner dropped in too short. An impressive run from Wilcox, but the cross not quite so impressive. Slavia Prague have led the table in the Czech Republic since the second week of the season. They've won 16 of their 20 league games. As I mentioned, they've only conceded 9 goals, and they've kept 17 clean sheets in 30 league and cup matches. It's an impressive record. And although the Czech league may not be one of the strongest in Europe, as we all know, the Czech Republic's national team certainly is. Foul's gone against Kohler. He was the man who got that vital away goal against Udinese.
On a couple of occasions when the ball has gone into the box, they haven't looked particularly convincing aerially. This is the chance for Leeds now to test them. Alfie Haaland has gone forward.
And Kuhl! What a save!
Well, that's what I say about Harry Kuhl. He didn't have time to think about this. This is totally instinctive. On his right foot, he hits it early, and that's a good save from Czerny.
Rada clears the corner, but it's gone straight back to Boya. Strange decision there by Lee Boya. And the shot by Bridges has once again brought the best out of goalkeeper Radek Czerny.
Yes, as that shot is hit from Bridges, keeper does take it cleanly, but Alfie Haaland showing the instincts of a forward, where he follows it in just in case Czerny was to spill it.
By Bridges. Well, certainly there have been 2 great moments involving Harry Kuhl in the game so far. One unsuccessful, this one almost successful.
Yes, it arrives from not a particularly good free kick from Ian Hart, but it falls to Harry Kuhl. He plays it on the half volley with the inside of his right foot and gets terrific accuracy. It produces a good save from Czerny.
Here's Doshek at the other end. Oh, that was danger with Ulik on the edge of the 6-yard box. Leeds were caught cold for a moment there. Here's the other Doshek. Forward now to Ulik. Radaby stooped to win it back. Kuhl. On to Bridges. This is good. Back out. Flowing movement here from Leeds United. Kelly joins in. Credit there to the striker Tomas Doshek, tracked him all the way back.
Yeah, it's the first time that Gary Kelly's got forward on this right-hand side. He was rather forced into that position by Bakker. He just waited, kept possession until Kelly arrived on that right-hand side, making the overlap.
Kuhl with an intelligent ball for McPhail. Corner. And it goes towards Bakker. Rada got there first. Ulik's clearance.
And you feel that Leeds have got to do a little bit better on their set pieces. They've had 2 or 3 corners now, and the quality hasn't been particularly good. A couple of free kicks, rather been wasted. Corner there, I think it was taken by Jason Wilcox, was taken rather hurriedly. They've not really got themselves set in the box. came in rather quickly. It was far too easy to defend against for Slavia.
We've got 5 men forward in this attack here. Ulik and Doshek well placed in the middle. There was Ulik, and also there was Alfie Haaland. For that. Ooh, he missed it this time, Alfie Haaland. Fortunately for him, Boya was covering in behind him. McPhail. Lovely ball. Kuehl, first time for Bridges. He's offside. He can't believe it. Well, you can see why he couldn't believe it.
No, but if you see where the linesman actually flags, he's literally another 15 yards advanced from where Bridges makes his run from. When that ball was played from Harry Kuehl, no way was he offside. That was an awful decision. I'm just pleased in a way that it didn't go in. It was a good save from Cherney, because unfortunately the lad in front of you there got it hopelessly wrong.
Half an hour gone, no goals, but Leeds have already created 3 or 4 really good opportunities. Dostalek, Horvat. Play from Ulik. And then a poor ball by Pavel Horvat.
Well, David O'Leary's just appeared on the bench, and his first words are directed at the assistant referee, because he knew, like I did, just how wrong he got that. When he finally put his flag up, Alan, he must have been in line with the 18-yard box. But Bridges' run must have been all of 35 yards out from the goal, so no way was that offside.
Another reminder that if you'd like to watch Arsenal play Werder Bremen, that's also in the UEFA Cup quarter-final course tonight, you can do so by watching on Sky Sports 3. Kelly's free kick lifted high towards Kuehl. Over his head, cleared by Kohler. Ulik loses possession, and now Radaby for Leeds United. Well, how about that for a foul? He's going to be in trouble, quite rightly. Petrouche, the referee, had no hesitation. Subtle it wasn't.
That would have hurt Lee Bowyer. Right down the back of the leg. You see the left boot going in, catches him on the lower part of the calf. Something similar to that last night at Old Trafford, wasn't it? And probably the wrong decision last night to give a red card. I think yellow would have been sufficient, but certainly wasn't any worse than that.
Yes, I'd agree with you on both those things. Certainly Petrouche deserves his fate, because although it was only yellow, it means he can't play in the second leg in Prague a week tonight.
That was premeditated, wasn't it? No attempt at all to play the ball. He's gone down the back of Lee Bowyer's calf muscle. Probably has done some damage.
Well, he's been playing through injuries and fatigue for quite some time now, Lee Bowyer. And he looks in a bad way. He doesn't usually stay down when he's clobbered like that. He's not often clobbered like that, fortunately for him. And an anxious David O'Leary inspects the damage. Dostalek under pressure here from Baka. Excellent. And again, the cross driven too hard. Just down below us, Lee Bowyer is very tentatively getting to his feet off the stretcher.
Yes, we hope that it's just a kick to the muscle that he can possibly run off. Just hope it's nothing worse. where he's sustained bone damage.
David O'Leary has just slightly readjusted his midfield shape to accommodate Bowyer's absence, although he's now coming back on. Still looks in pain though, doesn't he? For that. Good layoff by Ulik. Excellent challenge from Alfie Haaland. Dostalek beaten to it by Bakker, and again the referee doesn't like that one, does he? He certainly set his stall out about those kind of challenges, which, as you say, Trevor, you get away with every week in the Premiership.
Yes, that's the third occasion tonight, and they've all been against Leeds. 2 against McPhail. On this occasion it was Bakker.
Here's Ulik. Leeds sleeping a little bit when that free kick was taken quickly. Radaby wasn't, though. Kuchar. Here's Horvat. That'll be again the key defender. And Leeds have got a man down injured as they go forward here. We've got Bowyer limping, and now McPhail only just got on his feet from that challenge a moment ago. I'm not sure Bowyer's going to be able to continue here. He went into that in a very tentative manner. He looks in trouble. David Hopkin, the Scottish international, who's been out a long time with injury himself.
Once again, on another hurried free kick. Totally unnecessary. They've only got one player in the box, and that's Harry Kewell. It's totally a... Well, I was going to say, with 3 defenders in there, doesn't give him much opportunity. No, you're right about Lee Bowyer. He's limping heavily. I would think that David O'Leary given another 5 minutes, give him the opportunity to try and run it off, but he's got Hopkin ready if necessary.
Decent ball in by Hart. Well defended by Slavia Prague. Radaby in commanding form tonight, as he has been all season. And Bowyer lost that. He's almost a passenger at the moment, Lee Bowyer. McPhail went in very determinedly then. Bakker's given it away. Here's Kuchar. Ulik. Now Bowyer. That's better. He seems to have made a partial recovery anyway, Lee Bowyer. And he won that one well enough. However, here's Doshek. Kuchar leaves it to the other Doshek. Bridges with a clever flick on. He was unlucky there. The sweeper, as you might expect, in precisely the right position, though. Kola under pressure from Bowyer, and he wasn't happy with the challenge on him. Remember, Lee Bowyer is on 2 cautions in the UEFA Cup this season.
Once again, it's foot raised. Referee is very hot on this tonight. That's the 4th occasion now a Leeds player has been penalised.
Just one thing missing at the moment. It's called a football. Finally, the 4th official, who was dreaming of Whatever fourth officials dream of comes to life and throws a new ball on. Presume they dream about the referees getting injured so they can get on. Here's Bowyer. That's a great ball. Chance here for Leeds. Jason Wilcox provides the breakthrough. 6 minutes before half-time, and no more than Leeds United deserve.
And that's the reason why David O'Leary's left Lee Bowyer on. What a big part he plays in this. A terrible free kick. Bowyer gets possession, plays a great ball through to Jason Wilcox onto his right foot. And what a clinical finish that is. He would have preferred it onto his left, but he doesn't mind. Takes it very, very coolly, straight down the centre of the goal. Just what Leeds wanted, and just what they deserved.
Only his second goal, the third goal I should say, since he joined from Blackburn Rovers, and what a vital moment to score it just before half-time. And it's almost as though someone has thrown the switch at Ellen Road now. The crowd have come to life. Leeds pouring forward again. Good cross as well by Kelly. Kewell's in there. Acker couldn't dig it out from between his feet. Well, the first goal in matches like this, so important. With Slavia Prague setting out their stall not to concede. They've got to think again now.
How ironic, Alan, that I've spoken for the first 40 minutes about the poor quality of Leeds set pieces. The free kicks and corners have been very poor. And that goal was a result of a dreadful free kick from the Slavia defender. Played it straight to the path of Lee Bowyer, who gained possession, quickly drove forward. He had two options, Harry Kewell or Jason Wilcox. He picked the right one. An excellent ball. Jason Wilcox took it in his stride and buried it without a problem.
Well, if there was any gamble involved on David O'Leary's part in leaving on the apparently injured Lee Bowyer, he knew exactly what he was doing. Worth reminding you at this stage that the two away matches in the UEFA Cup this season that Slavia Prague have lost, one was 2-1, the other was 1-0, and they overturned those score lines in the home legs on each occasion. So Leeds, I'm sure, will be thinking that they need another goal or more to take to Prague next week. No free kick there. Slavia thought they were getting one. Alfie Haaland comes out of defence. And certainly one of the main priorities for Leeds now has to be keeping that clean sheet. Good throw forward for Bridges. Kohler the defender, and now Rada arriving as well. Leeds United's throw.
Yeah, that's good play from Bridges. Held the ball up well, despite the fact that he was being closed down by two Slavia defenders. He kept possession and won his team a throw-in.
Kelly doing well to keep that on the pitch, and a good ball back as ever. Oh, from point-blank range, Lee Bowyer hit not the net, but the goalkeeper.
Well, what a miss this is from Lee Bowyer. Great ball in from Gary Kelly. Diving header at the near post. It falls to Lee Bowyer. Straight down the centre of the goal. Anywhere else, and Cherney wouldn't have had a hope of saving it.
Well, he's had a terrific season, Bowyer, in terms of scoring goals. 10 altogether, 4 in Europe. But we remember the match here against Manchester United. There was another game in the Premiership that followed that. And now that, I'm afraid he's building up a video catalogue of horror misses as well. As Horvath turns it forward, Ulick challenged at just the right time.
What a big tackle that was from Radaby there.
Excellent hold-up play there by Bridges. Now turned forward to Harry Kuehl. Bowyer's on the run again. He's ahead of Kelly here. And he's found by Kelly. Radaby. Fail, that's a poor ball, not like him. Ian Hart wins it back. McPhail will hope to do better this time. That's sensible. There was nothing really on for Radaby this close to half-time. No point in trying anything too ambitious. Alfie Haaland's lost it though. Horvat. Kuchar spreading the play to Doshek. Now Ulik. The fourth official about to show us that there will only be 1 minute of stoppage time added.
So this team from the Czech Republic can consider themselves very, very fortunate to be going in just 1 goal behind. Leeds have had 4 glorious chances, just taken the 1.
Well, it could have been a glorious first half for David O'Leary's team. It's been satisfactory, for sure.
They've played well, Alan. Make no mistake about it. Leeds have dominated the first half. What's been missing? Just been the goals. They've got the 1, but a scant reward for their domination and possession in this opening period.
This will probably be the final meaningful action of the first half. Harry Kuehl was offside, in fact. And there is the half-time whistle, and the goal 6 minutes from the interval, scored by Jason Wilcox. A fitting and just reward for Leeds United's first half display. In truth, 2 or 3 goals, and Slavia Prague couldn't really have complained about being hard done by. We've had a couple of excellent saves from their goalkeeper, a couple of glaring misses by Kuehl and Bowyer in particular.